Actually, you were facing an opponent that was a bit on a roll after beating Kerber. How do you think you were able to react today to her?
Yeah, Alize's obviously been in good touch. She's played well since Wimbledon especially, and I know it's always a tough match when I play her. I know she showed me a lesson back in the French Open when I was quite young, and had that match in the back of my mind. But no, she's a very tough player, and I had to play well today.
How did that experience serve you, you think, today when you say you had it in the back of your mind?
I think it's always nice trying to come out and beat someone who you haven't beaten before. And, particularly that was a long time ago, but I still remember that kind of feeling, and definitely am extra motivated to come out and try and beat someone who's beaten you last time.
How glad are you that you don't have to play twice individually today on top of the double compared to most of the other players? Yeah,
obviously the rain's caused a few dramas this week, but I've played 2 matches yesterday, 2 matches today. Yes, they're doubles, but they're still on top of that as well. But I feel great. I feel good on the court. It's nice to come out and play with Demi. She's a great doubles player, a great chick, and it's nice to be able to play with her this week.
A few years ago, you quit tennis for a while. You said back then that you needed to take a break. How has your relationship has changed with tennis since then, especially with all the success you're having your best ranking ever?
Yeah, I think it's I'm certainly in a different headspace. Physically, I feel good on the court. I feel like I'd have a better game as well, a more complete game. And, I think I'm just a much more mature person than I was when I was 17, which is a no-brainer. You grow as a person and a player with age and with experience, and I feel like I've done that, and I'm extremely fortunate to have such a good team around me who help me every step of the way, criticise me when I need it, push me and try and drive me to be the best that I can be.
And during that break, you started playing cricket. How did that happen, and how do you compare your experience in a team sport versus tennis?
Yeah, I've spoken a lot about my change to cricket and how it was kind of a last-minute thing, just through a physio that I'd known. And yeah, obviously there are very few comparisons from cricket to tennis, and I've spoken about that a lot in the past. That individual and team sports are very different.
Just to go back on this, I'm just curious to know, but do you feel like there's any experience you took from that team sports experience that you got in cricket that you can sort of apply to your game now?
I think they're completely separate. To be honest, I always played a lot of doubles, so I got that sort of team aspect from when I played with Casey, and obviously I've had a really good doubles relationship with Casey and with other players as well. But there aren't too many comparisons.
Just looking back now that you've been back for 2 years, you've been consistently top 20 in the world for almost a full year. Looking back, do you feel like the path that took you there was the right one, even though it was maybe a different one than most players?
Yeah, I think every single player has a different path. Everyone has a different journey, has different experiences, and this is just my journey. This was my career, my experiences, and I feel like I'm in a really good place. I feel like a top 20 player. I feel consistent, and certainly what I've done to get here has worked for me.
Any more questions?
Sweet, thank you guys.